Hello everyone, how are you doing today? So, this is my end of my first week trying to do baby steps check-in, and it's been a week. I don't know if I had mentioned in my first video, but I had been waiting on one more W-2 from this past year to complete my taxes, and I put the information from that W-2, and my federal tax return went from $1,300, which would be a great boost, to $7. So, excuse me, that was a bit disappointing, but okay. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, you gotta pay it. So I completed my taxes, and then on Tuesday morning, on my way to work, I hit the mother of all potholes. Potholes? No, that's not a word. Potholes. And I took out my tire. So thank goodness for AAA, because they came and put the spare on for me and I got it home. But because of the way my car is all-wheel drive, it's an older sedan, but it's all-wheel drive, and to make sure things run smoothly and one tire doesn't wear out more than the others. They were all old tires anyway. Had to get 4 new tires plus an alignment because that pothole was nasty. So I am in the red another $650, which for 4 new tires and an alignment is not awful. But again, just one more unexpected thing in this snowball journey I'm on. So this is what we had put together in the last video I did. My total amount of debt: $131,000, $131,028.64. And now we have to add tires into that because I did not have the cash for that. So that's another $650. So plus $650, $131,678.64. So many steps backwards, but it's okay. I mean, compared to what I owe, it's not a lot, but anything more I owe puts me back even farther from my goals. So I've been really working this week on following the steps and cutting expenses. So I have shredded every single one of my cards. So I don't have access to credit. I mean, not that I would anyway, but I don't physically have access to credit at this point in time. I downloaded the free version of the EveryDollar app, and it was helpful for me to see when my payments are coming out and what is due. And before I started trimming things out of my budget, I was at least $1,000 over what I was earning, because mostly I've been living on credit when I've been living beyond my means. So I went through and I cut out all of my subscriptions. So I have no subscriptions. I lowered my car insurance coverage, not enough, not in a huge way, because where I live so many people don't have car insurance that I have to make sure I'm protected. It's just safer that way, but enough where my monthly payments towards my car insurance are not going to break me. So that saves me about $50 every month, on car insurance. And then what else did I do? Oh, I went and I cut all the extraneous things from my cell phone. I own my cell phone outright. So right now my monthly cell phone payment is $160. And my mom had shared with me that Mint Mobile has a great deal going, which is on the T-Mobile network, where it's $15 a month for unlimited data, which is what I use my cell phone mostly for. I hate talking on the phone, so I mostly use my phone for data. And so you pay ahead of time, so $45 for 3 months of unlimited data versus $160 monthly for a phone I already own. It seems like, a no-brainer, so I'm trying to figure out how I go about unlocking my cell phone. I probably have to call Verizon to unlock my cell phone so that I can just start using Mint Mobile. And then, what else? I am getting a little bit of a state tax return, but that's just going to meet my minimum payments this month. So I'm still not ahead enough to where I can start baby step 1, which is the $1,000 emergency fund. But I am working really hard on making my minimums now that I have to factor in all new tires and an alignment. So I've sold about $380 worth of things online this week. I posted a lot for sale. I've sold about $380 worth, and now I'm waiting for the payments of that to hit my account, so that will help as well. And I've got other things I own for sale. I don't own a whole lot, again, because most of my payments have to do with travel, so going and living overseas for a while, and then paying my bills when I came back is what the majority of this is. So I don't have too much to sell, but I'm getting rid of what I can to make it. So this is not just sound depressing. Like, I went out and I have applied so far for 3 part-time jobs that I can do after I get out of my full-time job. I heard back from one today, which I wasn't expecting to get because I'm not in that field, but I figured you can just try and see what happens. The worst they can say is no. So I've heard back no from one job, and I've got 2 more applications out that I'm hoping to hear back on. And then I'm just still figuring out ways to cut back. So that's where I am this week. I'm still working on it. I've not made too much progress. Externally, I guess you can see, but internally, as far as I'm still driven to get rid of this, I'm still driven to follow the steps. It's just going to take me a little bit longer with these little things that come up and happen. So I don't have too much to share beyond that, beyond my new debt total. A little sad, but you know what? I'm glad to have a car that's running again. That's a blessing. And I have a little bit of change to put in my jar because I haven't been using cards to pay for anything. Ooh, that's a rough sound, isn't it? Just cash. So, fill up my coin jar. Ah, run away dime, sorry. And yeah, so that's where I'm at. I've been enjoying watching other people's debt pay down journeys on YouTube, and there are these old Canadian series that I like to watch called Princess and Till Debt Do Us Part, and the gal there has good tips also for budgeting, so I've been trying to use them. I would say for me personally, the hardest part is figuring out how much to budget for groceries, just because I usually wing it each month and I don't buy a lot of groceries, so I want to make sure, like, they recommend that you have your 4 walls covered. So I've got transport, gas, insurance, I've got a roof over my head. That's covered out of my budget. I just don't know what specifically or what percentage to allocate for food. So on the Every Dollar app, I've set aside $100 a month, and that probably doesn't seem like a lot, but it's just me, and I'm really good about eating the same things each day, so there might be a lot of PB&J in my future, but if it gets rid of this, that's a fabulous thing. So if you watch this, I know it's kind of boring. I hope it's not too depressing, but please share what you've done to help you get out of debt, any tips that you have or things you would do differently. I would appreciate hearing from it, and I hope you all are staying safe.